Yo, what's going on YouTube? Energetic here, back with another video. So in today's video, guys, we've got episode 3 of I Rate Your Teams on 2K20 Myteam. So basically, if you guys don't already know, I do this series where I rate teams now. So you guys submit them to me via Twitter, or if you don't have Twitter, then you can do Instagram too. And my links for those are in the description, so go follow me on those. But yeah, so basically you submit your teams through there, and then I give you suggestions and I give you a team rate, just to help your team overall and to help you improve your team. So yeah, we're just gonna get straight into this episode, and we're gonna start off with the first submission, which is by Ice Cold Dylan. So basically, he's got Russell Westbrook, Brandon Roy, Larry Bird, Rudy Gay, and Bam. Then off the bench, he's got Jeremy Lin, Buddy Hield, Gerald Wallace, Aaron Gordon, and Kareem. Okay, so this is not a bad team. Just looking off, I'm gonna do the team rate first, and then I'll give you suggestions. But off the team rate, I would give this like a. You guys are gonna laugh, man. I gotta give the first one an 8.5, and the reason why I say that is because this is like, you have good players, but I just feel like you're not using them correctly. So, and what I mean by that is, the Westbrook and the Brandon Roy are good. The Larry Bird is not bad, but Rudy Gay I don't think should ever run the 3. Ever run the 4. And Bam I don't think should be running the 5. I think you should do some adjusting there. And then off the bench, I don't think Aaron Gordon is fit out to run the power forward because he doesn't have any rebounding badges. So basically, Aaron Gordon and Rudy Gay should not be running at the 4. If it's my team, I would never do that. And also, I would probably send Larry to the bench. So here's what I would do, right? I would send Larry to the bench, have Rudy at the 3, and then I would put Bam to the 4, and then I would buy a center. So you've got, what, 60K? You can get yourself a Diamond Marc Gasol or someone of that sort. I don't know how much you have now, but what I'm looking right here, you got 60K. You may have more. So you can get yourself like a Diamond Marc Gasol and then Evo him so you can get the pink diamond. He's actually really good once he's at pink diamond. And then have him start. So then you would have Westbrook, Brandon Roy, Rudy Gay. And then you'd have Bam and Mark. But actually, instead, I would have Aaron Gordon starting over Rudy Gay because I do think Aaron Gordon is better than him. So it would be Westbrook, Brandon Roy, Aaron, Bam, and Marc Gasol. And then off the bench, you would have Jeremy, Buddy, and then I would have Rudy Gay over Gerald Wallace. I wouldn't run Gerald Wallace at the 4 either. So you would need to pick up a power forward for the bench as well. So maybe like a Karl Malone, a Marcus Aldridge, someone of that sort, who's pretty cheap. Or if you can get Zydrunas as well. You can get Zydrunas to start, and then you can send Marc Gasol to the bench. He can be your power forward or your center, whichever one you want to run either Kareem or Mark at the 4. So that's my suggestion to you. Or I would do this. I would move up the spotlight Giannis to the 4 and send that Gerald Wallace to where Giannis is. So you'd have Aaron Gordon at the 3, Giannis at the 4, Kareem at the 5. You can do one of those options. I think those are the best options for you. So yeah. For the next submission, we've got Exiled Man 23, and he has Opal D Rose, Opal Brandon Roy, Spotlight Giannis, Pink Diamond AD, and Opal Mark. Then off the bench, he's got Pink Diamond Magic, Jimmy, Rudy, Chris Bosh, and Bam. All right, so this is a really good team. I would give this team it's like in between 8.5 and 9. I don't want to give it a 9 because I feel like 9 would be even better. It would be like slightly better than this. But this is like a close 9. I can't really give you an exact number, but it's within 8.5 and 9. And the reason I say that is because you do have good opals. Derrick Rose, Brandon, Mark. Brandon Roy is a little bit, not outdated. He's not outdated at all. But there are definitely better players than Brandon Roy. There are better opals than Mark Eaton. Derrick Rose is probably your best player on your team. But I think that it can use some improvement off the bench with the big men. I think that would be my main concern if this was my team, would be improving them, because you have Chris Bosh, you have Bam. Bam is good, keep Bam, but I wouldn't run Chris Bosh because he's outdated at this point. He doesn't have claims, so he's not as good as he used to be. So I would run Bam at the 4, like I said with the previous team, and then I would pick up another center. How much MT do you have? 11K. You're not going to be able to get a center with that much. I don't know if you have more now or what. But some suggestions to you would be Zydrunas, Marcus Sol, like I gave the previous guy. And yeah, those are probably some cheap ones that you can get. I don't know if you can get like I mean, Chris Webber is good, but I wouldn't run Chris Webber at the center either. I would run him at the 4 like Bam. So, or you can do this, right? You can send Mark Eaton to the bench, have him be the bench center, have Anthony Davis at the starting center, have Bam at the starting 4, and then at that point all you need is a power forward over Chris Bosh, which then you can get somebody who's cheap, like a budget player, LaMarcus Aldridge, Carmelo, like I said. Marcus Gasol can run the 4. You got plenty of options, so there's some good cheap big men that you can pick up that should suit you pretty well. But yeah, that's my suggestions to you, and I hope that helps. For the next team, we have, this is by Solid J. For the next team, we have Solid J Gamer pick. So basically, he has D Rose, Opal, Brandon Roy, Lamar Odom, Giannis, and Blake Griffin as his starters. Off the bench, he's got Pink Diamond Jason Kidd. He's got Pink Diamond RJ, Pink Diamond Richard Jefferson, Pink Diamond Rudy Gay, and Pink Diamond Joel Embiid. So solid. Okay, I can definitely give you some suggestions here. I do want to take a look, however, at this Lamar Odom. I'm on the game right now. I'm going to take a quick look at Lamar Odom to see, because I don't think he's that good anymore. So let's take a look. All right, yeah, Lamar, I would drop him, and I would get somebody else over him. I would honestly start Richard Jefferson over Lamar if I'm you. No, I would start RJ Barrett over Lamar. This is what I would do. No, first of all, let me give you your team rate. I would give this team like an 8 out of 10. And the reason I say that is because you do have players you have good players, but like I said, the Lamar, I feel like the outdated players that you have here are Lamar, Blake, and Richard Jefferson. But here's what I would do if I were you. First of all, I would start RJ over Lamar like ASAP, because RJ is brand new. He's way better than Lamar. Then I would keep Giannis there for now, because Giannis is still good. I still use that Giannis on my team personally. Blake, I think he got to go. I don't know why you don't have Joel Embiid starting over Blake. I would definitely have him starting over Blake. And yeah, Jason Kidd is okay. I know you evoed him, so you know it's a lot of work. Maybe you don't want to discard him. I wouldn't discard him yet. So at this point, you would have RJ at the 3, right? So you're missing a shooting guard. You have what, 188,000 or 189,000? I would go and pick up a shooting guard. I would personally, one of my favorite shooting guards in this game that's cheap is Pete Maravich. I think he's around 50,000. Pete Maravich is a really good card, so I would pick up him. But you have Drazen Petrovic you can get. If you want to get Pink Diamond Jimmy, you can get him too. He's a little cheaper. I think he's not as good as the Pete Maravich in my opinion, but he's still a solid card. But yeah, I would get Pete Maravich at the 2, so you'd have Jason Kidd, Pete Maravich off the bench. You can keep RJ for now, but I would actually run Rudy Gay over RJ. I would have Rudy Gay at the 3 because I don't think Rudy Gay should be running the 4. Rudy Gay would be the 3. Then I would probably drop RJ because he can't run the 4. I wouldn't run him at the 4 either. He's 6'7". And then at that point, you would need a power forward in the center, which Blake would probably be your power forward. And then your center, you'd have to go pick up one. So maybe it's a Zydrunas, if you have enough for a KP, or someone like Marcus Gasol, like I usually say. Those are my suggestions to you. But I don't think Blake should be running center. So I would run him at the power forward off the bench, have Rudy at the 3, and then go pick up a good center you can find, and then probably just drop Lamar entirely and sell him to get some MT back. So yeah, that's my suggestions to you. Like I said, I give it an 8 out of 10. I hope that helps. Next up, we've got Filthy Boss Man. So he's got Opal, D Rose, Tracy, Pink Diamond Paul George, Pink Diamond Rudy, and then Opal Dwight. Off the bench, he's got Pink Diamond Gilbert, Zach, DeMar. We've got Paul Millsap and Bill Russell. So it looks like you went really top heavy on the starters, and then you just forgot about the bench, because the starters are really good, but the bench needs some serious improvements. So you got 49,000. I would keep Gilbert for now. Zach has to go. I feel like DeMar has to go. Paul Millsap has to go. And here's what I would do. I would send Rudy Gay to the bench, have him over DeMar, and I would probably, I might use DeMar over Zach. I'd probably use DeMar over Zach. So I'd drop Zach entirely. You can have DeMar at the 2, Rudy at the 3, and then you just need somebody over Paul Millsap. Bill Russell, he's not fully evoed. If he's not fully evoed, he's not good. So you got to fully evo him, and that's what I would do if I were you. I might even run. Nah, I was gonna say run Rex over, what's this dude's name, over Zach LaVine, but I'm not too sure about that. I don't know. I'm not sure how tall that Rex card is, but here's what I would do. Yeah, so I would get somebody over Paul Millsap. I would rather have Carmelo. I would rather have, there's a lot of players I would rather have over Paul Millsap. Man, I'm getting tired, bro. Yeah, but don't run Paul Millsap, man. Gilbert is fine for now. I mean, there are a lot of better point guards nowadays than Gilbert, but he's okay. Like I said, you'd run DeMar at the 2, or you can sell DeMar and get somebody else. They're better players than DeMar. I'd rather have Pete Maravich over DeMar and have him at the 2. Then the 3, you'd have Rudy Gay. In the 4, you'd have whoever you decide to pick up over Paul Millsap. In the center, if you're not going to evo Bill, you have to get somebody else. I'd rather have the Diamond Marc Gasol over that Bill Russell when he's not evoed. So, yeah, that's what I would do if I were you. And then you do need a starting power forward because you send Rudy to the bench, right? So maybe, I mean, for now, until you can acquire one, you can start DeAndre Ayton up there for now, until you can get yourself somebody to fill in that void. But yeah, that's my suggestions to you. And yeah, oh wait, did I give it a team rate? No, I didn't give you a number. I would give this an 8 because, like I said, it's very top heavy, but the bench is not too solid. So that's my team rate for you. And yeah, all right, so up next we've got Gained Crayon. So he has Pink Diamond Russell, Pink Diamond Kawhi, the Spotlight, Pink Diamond Larry. He's got Pink Diamond Giannis, and he's got Diamond Bam. Off the bench, he's got John Wall, DeMar, Rudy, Ben, and Zydrunas. Here's what I'm doing if I'm you. Well, first of all, let me give you your rate. I would give this a 8. And you might say, oh, how are the other guys? The other guys got opals. This guy has no opals. How are they both an 8? Well, actually, you're right. You'd be right if you asked that question. I'm stupid. I'd give this team a 7.5. And the reason why I say that is because you have old players on your team. So the Kawhi's old, Larry's old, Ben Simmons, not that he's old, but he's not that good. And then you've got DeMar, who's old. So you need some improvements on those guys. What I would do is, first of all, I would start John Wall over Westbrook. I think John Wall is better. I made a comparison video about those two. If you want to check that out, check out the card on the screen. It's going to be at the top right. I think John Wall is better over Westbrook because he has more shooting badges, and you know they're both around the same when it comes to athleticism. So John Wall, I think, is better in that sense. But yeah, so I would start John Wall. Westbrook could be off the bench. Kawhi is not bad. That's not to say he's bad, but you can sell him, get like almost 90K from him. Last time I checked, actually, let me double check that for you right now. At the time of this recording, how much am I going to get for Kawhi? Let me go theme, and then we're going to go Spotlight Jeremy Lin. Kawhi is looking like high 80,000s, 89,000 around there from what I'm looking at right now. So I would sell Kawhi, and then that would give you like a good amount of MT. Then I would get Pete Maravich. Honestly, I would get Pete Maravich to start right there. I mean, you do have 199K, basically 200K already, so you can make some moves with that. You know, if you wanted to pick up yourself a Opal Vince, that wouldn't be a bad idea. After you would sell Kawhi, you can have him start, or you can get Pete Maravich, which is a lot cheaper, which is still a good option. So I would have John Wall, Pete Maravich, Larry. I would sell him too because I don't think he's that good anymore. I mean, not that he's bad, but you know, for what use do you really have him? Like I said, he's kind of old. So who would I have over Larry? I mean, maybe if you can get someone like a Diamond Gerald Wallace, I even think might be better than that Larry. I mean, let me just look at Larry real quick here in the auctions, because I'm not entirely too sure how many badges he has. I checked earlier, but I gotta double check. So we're gonna go Pink Diamond Larry. Larry's got 19 Hall of Fame and 28 gold. And the Gerald Wallace, bro, is probably even better because he has almost the same amount of badges, and he's like way cheaper. Look, I'm looking at Gerald Wallace right now. He's got 20 Hall of Fame and 21 gold. So maybe a little less, but he's a lot cheaper. And not only that, but this Gerald Wallace is a crazy dunker. He's part of the leap year set. Larry's not doing dunks like that. So that's why I say Gerald Wallace is a good option. I would have Gerald Wallace at the 3 for now, unless you want to, go big and get some really, strong players, but like some expensive players is what I meant to say. But yeah, so John Wall, I would have John Wall, Pete Maravich, Gerald Wallace. Then I would send Giannis to the bench, and I would run Bam at the 4, and then I'd run Zadrunas at the 5. Then you'd have Westbrook off the bench. DeMar, is he evo'd? Okay, yes he is. So you can keep the evo for DeMar for now. Then I would have Rudy Gay still there. I would run Giannis at the 4 over Ben, and then you still need to pick up a center. So you've got MT. You have some options that you can pick up. Whoever you want, to be honest. You're not really on that much of a budget, especially after you sell some players. So yeah, you should be good with that. And yeah. So the last team here is Hall of Fame Lockdown or Arjun. So basically he's got Westbrook, Kawhi, Opal KD, Opal James Worthy, and Pink Diamond KP. So here's what I would do if I were you. I would probably start Pete Maravich. I mean, no, he's your point guard, so I would start Clay. I would start Clay at the 2 over Kawhi. And then that's all I would do for the starting lineup. I think this is a good starting lineup. But let me give you your team rate first. For your team rate, I would give this like 8.5 maybe, because you do have opals. So I got to give you credit there. You do have opals. I would give you an 8.5 because I'm not too fond of the Aaron Gordon. I mean, not that they're bad. Like, none of these guys are bad players. None of these players that you have are bad players. But I gotta clamp down and give you. I gotta be, tough. I gotta be hard. I can't just be sugarcoating anything. So yeah, that's what I would do. That's my team rate for you. But yeah, back to the suggestions. I would start Clay over Kawhi, and then you'd have Kawhi and Jimmy in your bench. And I would probably Pistol Pete is good for the point guard, but I'd rather run Pistol Pete at the shooting guard. I feel like he's more, even though he does have good dribbling badges, he's shifty. Like, you can pull off some good moves with him. I do think he's a great catching off the catch shooter, so you can run him at the 2 and get another point guard. Or maybe you can run Lonzo at that starting point guard, have Pete Maravich at the 2, then you can have Jimmy or Kawhi at the 3, whoever you want, to be honest. And then I would never run Aaron Gordon at the 4 because he has no rebounding badges. So yeah, I would do something about that. Maybe sell him for somebody else because you don't really have anybody else to replace him. You can run LaMarcus at the 4 once you sell Aaron, and then pick up a center, which is probably what I would do if I were you. So you have like no centers on your team. Literally, you have straight power forwards on your team. So I think that's where you need to look to make improvements. But yeah, that's my suggestion to you, Arjun, and I hope that helps. So that's gonna be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and I actually did 6 submissions this episode. I wasn't supposed to do that, so that's why it's a little long, but I hope you guys can still enjoy it. Next episode will be shorter. I already have the people who are gonna be in it. I have them in my notepad, so I will message you guys when I want you to send the teams, and then if you want me to send your teams, then you'll get put on the list because a lot of people send me. So yeah, but yeah, with that said, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.